Hello students, welcome to my channel Smart Codings. This is your host Soikot Banerjee. Today I am back again with another video to demonstrate you what is the advantage of using arrays. If array is not there, then what might be the problems? That is with the real life examples. We'll be showing you with the live programming. So today's question is we have to take inputs in Java in a program that is a name, an ID of an employees. Says was 5 employees and we have to display them. Now, this program students can be done in various ways. So, here in this question, we are dealing with only 5 employees. It might be 100 employees, 1,000 employees, or 1 lakh employees. If it is a big organization, or if it is a big project, right? So, how to do this? So, before starting writing the program, or before I take this screen to a BlueJ screen, let me tell you that every program has basic 4 steps: variable declaration, according to the requirement of the program. You need to declare the variables, then accepting input to be taken, then applying logics or performing calculation, whatever you can say, and finally, according to the logic, the output will be displayed. Right. So variable declaration, input, calculation, and output. These are the basic 4 steps you should keep in mind always to do any kind of programming, that is Python, Java, C, C++, whatever with the programming language. These are the basic 4 steps, fundamentals. Now, quickly, after watching this video, if it is really helpful for you, so kindly subscribe it, click on the bell icon, like it, and do comment it. If you have any doubts how was the video, do comment it in the YouTube comment sections, right? So quickly, let's go to the BlueJ screen. So suppose this is the code, right? Now at first we will be demonstrating you here, students. I've already written the code over here to make the video timing, video length less, a bit less, because writing code here will be making this video too long. So basically, see, I will be demonstrating you line by line what to be done here, or what needs to be done here. Basically, see, we have to print. First, you will take the input of name and ID of 5 employees and display them. Correct. Now, see, so at first, as you are taking input using scanner class, that is java.util.scanner. Okay, we have given any class name. As you are taking input of 5 employees, we have given input 1. Now the main method, as you can see, the main, every program has a main method. In Java, the main method signature is like this, or syntax is like this: public static void main string args. Now we are taking 2 variables. One is n1 and id1 to store the values. Understand very carefully. I am demonstrating it line by line, step by step. I will not miss out any step. Now 2 variables I have declared over here, n1 and id1, right? Now if I not initialize this, it will give compile time error, that we need to initialize the variables. So string we initialize like this, within the, giving a double quote in between a gap. And integer we initialize like this, 0. By default it is 0. Now as we have to take the input from console, we are creating object of scanner class. Scanner is equal to new scanner system.in, right? Now here it is told to take the employees, print the employees, or to take the input of 5 employees, right? I equal to 0. Starting from I0, we will go till 4, because I less than 4, that is 0 1 2 3 4, that is total 5. Correct. Now in the console, means in the output screen, it will display a message: enter employee 1 details. So how it will display? That's why I've written over this in double quote as a message. This is also in double quote details, but this one not in double quote. This one I have written to print the value over here. The I value initially is 0. It is from the loop. 0 plus 1 is 1. So 5 times it will iterate. So it will change accordingly. So enter employee 1 details. Then again next time when the loop will iterate, enter employee 2 details. That's why I plus 1 I have done. That means it will increment by 1. I hope this is clear. Now we have to display a message in the screen: enter employee name, right? So as you know, the next line is a method to take input of scanner class. We are taking the name in n1. Again, employee ID we're taking in my through next int method in ID1. Okay, now this line we are writing to set the cursor in the next line, that is for the n1 and ID1 for the next iteration. That one I will be demonstrating you how it works while running the program. Now this is the output statement I'm printing over here. Okay, now let us run the code. See, variable declaration we have done here, input you are taking over here, and there is no such calculation over here because we are just printing it. Then finally we're printing the output over here inside the for loop. See, for loop body starts from here and it ends here. Now let us compile this code. Compilation done. Okay, now let us we can run from here also. Directly we can run from here. That is a copy paste option is there, or we can directly compile this here, and we can right click on this main method like this. See, it is asking for the employee details, employee one details. Enter employee one. Let us give suppose A employee name. Then let us give employee ID as 101. See, automatically it is fixing the cursor over here in for this employee name because of that sc.next line, which I have shown you in the code just now. In this code I have shown you, for this one it is automatically fixing the cursor in the next line after taking the name and ID. For the next EMP ID and EMP name and ID, it is fixing the cursor in the next correct position. So let me show you once again. So employee one details we have taken. Now employee two, suppose the name is B102. Okay. Now again C 103. Now again D 104 and E 105. Now see, once this is we are taking the input of employee one details, it is printing here itself. Okay, again when you are taking the input, it is printing here itself. Same for till employee 5. It's only because we are printing this one, this print statement, this is output statement. Let us comment it, output statement in the for loop body. Okay, so this is not wrong, but if we want to print it outside the for loop, so let us close this one, we comment it here, and let us open this one. It is a multi-line comment. Now if I want to print this one, the same output statement outside the for loop body with another for loop, what will be the problem? Compile it again, minimize this. It's compilation done. So employee name, that is again, let us give the input A 101, again B 102, again C 103, D 104, E 105. See, it is giving the last value only. Latest value was E105. 5 times it is printing that only because we are in this code, we are printing it inside a for loop. So 5 times it will iterate. This loop will execute 5 times. So 5 times it is printing the latest value, that is E105. It will override the old value. That is the problem if we print this outside here. But if we print it inside, it will work. But it is not convenient to look at because there is a storage problem issue. That means whenever there is a concept in computer science in the memory, whenever the new value comes, the old value overwrites. Suppose in N1 and ID1, the new value was last value of the loop, that is what you are entering. The last time when the loop is iterating, that is N1 I have given last time, it is E, employee name is E, and 105 was the ID, right? So that one it will take, and all the old values it will overwrite, and it is printing 5 times because it is in this statement is inside the for loop. This statement is inside the for loop, this one, that's why it is printing 5 times the latest value. The old value will overwrite if you write this statement outside this for loop body, but if you write inside, it will work, but the output is not convenient. That means immediately we need to print that. See here, first we are taking n1 as input and id1 as input, right? So once this input is taken, we need to print this here. It's immediately. This is one of the, let us close this one. Let us close this one with the multi-line comment statement, as you can see. Okay. Now, once we are taking the input in n1 and id1, next statement will execute is this one. Unity will print the value of n1 and id1. Again, it will go I plus plus 1 less than equal to 5, 1 less than 5, condition true. Again, it will enter the employee 2 details. Okay. Now again, we will give b 102. Again, it will print over here. So this was the problem, storage problem. If I want to print it outside the for loop, it is having a storage problem because it will override the old value, as I've shown you just now. Okay. Now, to overcome this problem, one another way is this one. For 5 employees, we need to take 5 variables. See, n1, n2, n3, n4, and n5, and all the variables we need to initialize. Same for id, because of integer type, id1, id2, dot 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 till id5. Now, for each time, we need to take input separately. n1 and id1, n2 and id2, n3 and id3, n4 and id4. And after this, every input of id1 and id2, we are using sc.next line to set the cursor in the next line. To set the cursor in the next line, this sc.next line you are giving here for a space, for the new line space. Now all 5 we have taken, then again all 5 times you have to print. Now this is a small number of employees, that is 5 employees are there. But if it is 100 or 1000 employees, we have to write 1000 variables or 100 variables, which will increase the code size, and henceforth program execution will be slower and it will take more memory to execute. So let me show you this, compile this, compilation done. Let us close this one program and let us show you the output, how it comes. Employee 1 name, let us give a over here. 101 is the id. 101, enter, press enter. Then again b, press enter. 102, again c, 103. Okay. Now again d, 104, and again e, 105. So this is the output. So for 5 variables, for 5 employees, we need to use 5 variables separately. For 5 variables for id, 5 variables for employee. Now if you want to add more details, address, phone number, for also we have to use 5 each variables, which is not wrong, but which is very not convenient to use in the program, which makes the program bit longer in size. To overcome this all kind of problem, first problem was storage problem, because whenever the new value comes, it will override the old value. To solve that problem, we can use this one, but there is a variable issue. Program size is getting bigger, length of the program is getting bigger. To solve this problem, we use arrays over here. This is the final program which I'll show you how to take input in array, or advantage of using arrays, right? So as you can see, array inputs we have given here, class name, you can give any name of your choice. Package we are using a scanner class, main method. Now this is what is total employees we have written over here, total underscore employee. This is the length we are declaring and storing it in a variable called total underscore employees. Suppose 5 employees, we can give 5 over here. 1000 employees, we can give 1000 over here. 100 employees, we can use 100 over here. Okay, that means we do not have to take 100 variables over there now. Okay, now we are taking only one variable of that is name of string type. In this, we will store 5 employees. See, total employees, that is the size you are storing in this name. And this name will have an index number, name 0, name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4, till 4 it is. Array index always starts from 0. For same for id, the size we are giving it here, we can give here length also like this. We can give a length also like this. I can show you over here. Length, or you can put this length over here. Okay, so this can be done. Now, creating object of scanner class, that is sc. Now we have to iterate the loop starting from 0 to less than this total length, that is total employees. Total length is 5, starting from 0 to 4, it will iterate. 0 to 4 means 5 only. Now this line as it is, we are showing that employee 1 details, employee 2 details. For that we are using this I plus 1. Automatically at every iteration it will increase the I value by 1. We are taking the input in array c, name I, this is the array symbol, this is not a normal variable now, this is array variable, name I. That means at name 0, it will take the first element of an array, first value of an array in the name 0 cell. Then in name 1 it will again take, so name 0 and id 0 it will take here. Suppose a we are giving in name 0 and 101 in id 0 taken. Then we are finally printing this. Again we will use this same loop to print the values over there, because it will print 5 times, 5 employees are there. See how simple it is. So what basically we are doing, students, first we are setting the length over here. I have given the variable as total employees. Then we are declaring the array and mentioning the size over here. Means we are creating the array using a new operator, because I have told you in the earlier video, the previous video, that at the time of creation size is must. So size is over here, total employees 5. Now all this we have taken the input over here, variable declaration we have done here, array creation done over here. This is what is input we have taken in this section. See my cursor I'm highlighting. Then finally we're taking the output over here, because there's no such logic over here. Simply we're accepting the input and we are printing the output by using for loop. Now let us compile this code. No syntax error. Close this one. Right click on this main method. Press enter. Enter employee 1. Suppose Avik. 101 is the ID. Next is Anik. 102 is the ID. Okay. Anuj. 103 is the ID. Pooja. 104 is the ID. And Priya. Okay. 105 is the ID. So this is how the output comes. Now suppose if I want to increase the project sizes, suppose in the project is said that we have to print 5 employees over there. So set the size is 10 employees over there. So set the size as 10. Then again you have to take input for 10 times. Automatically it will change here. So I can show you one thing using array. See, we can go to line number over here. See, total line number is total 36 line total are there in this program using array. Okay, now close this one. Now without using array, there are how many line numbers I will show you. Tools, go to line number. Total I think 30 line numbers are there. Line numbers are less, but the problem is storage problem. We have to print here itself. If we want to print here, it will not print all the employee names and details. Here itself we have to print it, but it will get difficult if we print it for huge number of values. Every time we have to write like this. So storage problem is there. Maybe the number of lines are less, but storage problem is there, because automatically it will override the old value with a new value. So that's why we were using variable one, which I'll show you just now, using 5 variables each time for ID and name. See the line numbers. These have the maximum line numbers, that is 48. See, code size increasing already. 48 is a line number. So students, I hope this is very clear to you how to take input using array. That is the advantage of using array, and how we take input using array. Once again, I will demonstrate you the code that we have used using array. See, first class array inputs. Class array inputs we have taken. Then it is setting the length of the array, how many we need, 10, 500, whatever we need. In this case I am showing with 5 employees. Then we are creating the array, name and ID. Like this we can create array. This is command statement is very important. Creation of array, creation of string type array. You can write here string type array, string type array. Here also you can write here creation of or better write creating integer type array, right? So command statements are very important here. Creating this. Now this is what is setting the length. Variable declaration done. This is variable declaration. We need this, right? Variable declaration. Okay, this is a main method declaration. This is a class declaration. Before that is package, accessing package. Now all this we are taking for inputs. This is a for loop. Okay, right over here for loop. And finally this is for output. Output statement. Output statement. I hope this is clear, students. Any doubt, any problem, do not learn the code. Try to understand very basics. Why we need arrays? What is the advantage of using array? What is the advantage of using array? One more thing I will demonstrate you over here in this code. In this one, suppose we are taking a printing this inside this, it is printing here itself. But if you are taking using this one, I've already shown you. Once again, I'm showing you to make it very clear. Let us close this one and let us make it small as of now. Suppose for not for 5, let us give for 3 employees. Let us give for 3 employees. Okay. Now compile this code. No syntax error. Now employee name is A. 101 is the ID. Employee name is B. 102 is the ID. Employee name is C. This is 103 is the ID. C. Old value it is overwriting with a new value. 3 times it is printing because the for loop has run 3 times. So this is the storage problem. That's why you're using multiple variables, separate variables using this code. But in this code, program size is increasing. It is okay for 5 number of employees, but if it is more employees, very difficult to write the code. So to overcome all these problems, we use arrays. I hope this is clear, students. Let us move back to the slide once again. So students, kindly subscribe it, ask your questions. Class will be interactive, and watch the complete video. Thank you. Take care.